Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Serrina Goodman Show live. So, I think this is like maybe like third week doing this, and so we are so excited to have you join me this evening. So this show is actually going to be live every Wednesday night at 8:30. And so today we actually have Gospel Gabe, who is going to be our special guest tonight. So we're just waiting for him to come into the room so we can have some conversation. So if you guys don't know anything about him, he's like super amazing and just like this real cool, down to earth brother, super talented. And he's just like really cool. Like he started when we met, and it was some like craziness when we met, and then it was like really, really fantastic once we like connected and started like just doing things together, and just he's come into the drama room probably about 2 or 3 times. He's come on the lunchtime lift, so we're just waiting for him to join us, and then we're gonna have some conversations with Gospel Gabe. So he's like really, really exceptional person. So you guys, I'm gonna run down what my week generally looks like. So on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock on Brick Arts Media is the Serrina Goodman Show, right? So that's the television version of it. You can see that on Brick Arts Media Channel 1. You can also see that on Optimum. You can see it on Verizon. You can see it on Time Warner. So you can see it on your cable networks also. And on the internet at the same time. So then on Wednesday in 2 weeks is going to be season 2 of the Lunchtime Lift. Like when I can't even believe it when I started that. Hey Nancy. Oh, there he is. When we first started that, believe it or not, I never thought that 52 weeks would go by and we would actually still be on. Okay, so he's all right. So 2 weeks later, they'll ask us to pick us up for a second season. Oh, so we got Gospel Gabe on. Looks, there he is.
Hey y'all, what's up?
I'll come back to the announcements, y'all, because since we got him, we're gonna have to take advantage of this. How are you, brother? How are you?
Now I'm good. I don't know. Trying yesterday and another trying day today, but nevertheless, it's like you realize that, listen, if it's meant, it's meant. If it's not, it's not. Sometimes you just gotta just let it go, and that's what I did. Even today with work. Thank God it's not the good job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? Listen, this is why they call it life, right? Because we go through challenges as we go along, as we navigate through this thing we call life, right? It's not an easy process. It's rewarding. It's not easy, right? Every day we don't really know what we're going to encounter, but you got to have faith, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying about that one. Oh, trust me.
Let's dig right in and let's talk about Gospel Gabe. How did you get started in the industry, and what is it that you do? Is your music a specific genre of music?
It is. It's gospel rap, gospel hip hop, whatever you want to call it. But it's hip hop that inspired me, and for me, I started listening to it young, but it was like more of just learning how to rap because I always found it fascinating. Like, how do they rap like that? Like, Video Music Box used to watch, and all these artists was just killing it. And I'm like, yo, like how he said this, like, but then again, I said to myself, like, it's not hard. It's more about just learning or teaching yourself, like with anything. And I learned to teach myself, practicing how to rap, stuttering, messing up. Because a lot of people don't know I had a stuttering problem coming up.
I would never have known.
So it was more like I had a hard time repeating. So it's like I can have a habit of repeating and I don't like it. But that's just part of that symptom with stuttering, because you find yourself repeating something just so someone can hear you or hear your thought. But I just was like, for me, it was like it was good, it was relaxing, and I started rapping like regular in a world, if you want to call it in a world, rapping about everything, this, that, this. But at the end of the day, really, rapping for the world wasn't there. And I was fortunate to have got 3 contracts offered to me at a young age by 3 different people, but I didn't know nothing about the rap game or nothing. I don't know what I would have been signed to, what I'm signing
How
over.
old were you, Gabe? How old were you at that time, approximately?
Uh, I say, I will say, and it's just me, a while ago, but
A guesstimate.
maybe 13 to 16.
Wow. Okay.
So, like, and I will get it because people would hear me rap. They would be like, yo, you sound dope. You sound good. So, but like I said, that's all I knew how to do at the time. So
Okay.
for me, it's more about just trying to understand what's going on. And I wound up stop rapping for a while and, just started, doing stuff, going to church, just like living life, running around in the streets, doing stuff, hanging out here with gang members, running around with them, not starting trouble or nothing, but just rolling with them. Whatever gangs of, Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, Nietas, I was hanging out with them, and it was more just trying to have fun. And at that time in my life, I was dealing with a lot too, a whole lot. So a stress release always was good because I had no one to talk to
Okay.
about nothing, and I couldn't talk to my family, and I didn't have no one.
You come
So it
from
was just,
do you come from a religious background? Your family
yeah,
members?
yeah. My whole family went to church. They were definitely from church. It was just more of me being in church so much, I wasn't sure what was out there. So, like most kids in church, I went out there without wanting to learn something, see something, and I picked up quick. I mean, I could sit here and tell you I was going to clubs at the age of 15, no ID, no nothing. I knew how to pick up. I was quick with it. Know how to learn. Like I did stuff I would not think I would do with women. And I'm saying this because, at a young age, you're not sure what you're expecting, but it's just you are, living life and you're doing stuff. And I was basically just learning what the world was because I didn't know. I was always shielded.
Wow.
I was shielded. So being in the world, seeing what was out there, then also almost dying many times, seeing that the
What?
devil wanted me dead, dealing with the wrong people, a lot of lies, people threw dirt on my name, fights. I couldn't if I wanted to fight someone, they'd jump me. So I couldn't get a fair one. So I must have been that powerful, not realizing it. I don't know. Don't ask me. It's just that's most of my life. Fighting or getting jumped, dealing with lies, people, letting go friends, making new friends. But I always knew who God was. And he had me the whole way through. You
Amen.
know, it was just more about me figuring it out for myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and when I picked up rap, it was sort of like an escape for me to
Wow.
help with the stress, me being angry, dealing with my mom's, with her, with my mom's, symptoms she had, being schizophrenic and all, and not understanding none of it,
Oh wow.
because it's just a lot that I dealt with. And my cards that I had was not cards that I could win with. I don't care if I tried to win. I just wasn't winning. My chips, this was a poker game. I had no cards. They knew what my cards was. So, it's just what it was. But like I said, like all challenges don't come without tests, and I realized that some of the hardest tests is given to the strongest warriors.
Yes.
They,
Go ahead.
and
Talk about it.
some of the tests I had to deal with definitely strengthened me, but also too I had to see a lot of stuff myself. I had to realize a lot of stuff. I was around a lot of wrong people. A lot of my friends really wasn't friends, and I knew people in basically all five boroughs.
Yeah.
All five boroughs, but all them friends mean nothing if none of them really love you. And I had to find that out. So it's like, you know, for me, it's just learning how to adapt, learning how to see things.
Yeah. How did
And
that, Gabe, how did that, because you came from a very religious family, not only that, but you come from like a famous religious family, well
I
known.
guess,
Yeah.
I
Pretty
guess
well
so.
known. Yeah. Pretty well known.
I guess it's my uncle that's well known,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
other than that, like I couldn't tell you anyone else. I
Right.
won't even lie to you.
Right.
But
But from that environment, how did that impact your relationship with your family when you were like out there in the world trying to find your way? How did that how did
it was
that
it
destroy
was
your family relationships, or how did you work that out?
it ain't destroy my family. It was more about just connecting because I found out some things about my aunt, and I'm not going to mention,
No, you don't have to.
but
Hmm.
some stuff happened with her that hurt her, and I understand now hearing it, so it was different, and like it was just more of trying to understand what's going on with me. My grandfather at the time, who was alive, he was the rock of the family. He kept everything good, took us to church every Sunday. We would go to St. John Fire Baptist Church in Brooklyn on Fulton Street, get
Okay.
there in the morning and leave out at nighttime, shouting and praising and everything. And
Wow.
I'd be on the pew, sleep, sometime running in the back of the church, coming out through the kitchen, but I would be in church. But nevertheless, God kept me, because the devil tried to kill me many times. People, Rise and Coney Island protected me from death, from diseases, from catching stuff with women. Like it's a lot, and and sometimes I say to myself, like, what did I do to deserve it? Because I know I ain't perfect. I did things I do regret. Some things hurt me deeply that I should never have done. Some things I did I actually got my behind handed to for, but I understand the lesson behind it too, though.
Right.
So I can't even get mad at that. It's just more about learning and seeing the mistakes. Then for me, I'm just was trying to figure out who I was because I had a lot of people around me who really meant me no good. So my journey was very difficult in one sense, but fun in the other hand too.
And
So it was like,
how did you turn that all around? Like, I mean, because I'm sure there's somebody who's in the room who's probably saying, everybody's made bad decisions, right? Not, doesn't mean that they're bad people, right? Good people can make bad decisions. That's just reality, right?
yeah,
How do you overcome like some of the poor decisions, the things that you would have changed? How do you overcome that to get to this space that you're in right now?
it came from being uh hurt a lot, being hurt. Um, a part of me shut down some my emotions because I realized my emotions could be hurt easily, and I never liked that too much, so I felt too vulnerable. Not saying that I'm not emotional, but now I control my emotions much better, and if I'm hurt, all right, cool, but I know how to deal with it better in a sense to where now I'm not lashing out. When I get upset, I'm not trying to break something because I had a bad temper growing up, but I still had love around me. It was just more about finding myself because my mind was everywhere. I don't know how to put it. My mind was every place. I was doing this, doing that, doing this. Wasn't centered. So it's different when you're not centered. And my mistakes I made, believe me, I even now to this day, I don't know sometimes how I made it through, but I know it was God. So I had a praying family.
Amen.
I did. I had a praying grandmother, my mom's aunt. I had people who did love me, and plus God had His hand on me. Like it was rough for me growing up. So I can sit here and say my attitude changed more from being more playful all the time to serious because I had to learn how to be a man young at a young age. Then, not graduating high school, dealing with my mom's, which was it was hard because I can sit here and tell you I had like what 3 people try to move in with me and my mother to help us, and I felt like that was just to me. I'm like, well, why is this happening? What's going on with my mother?
Okay.
So as I got older, I realized that my mom, she had this problem, and
What
I
age
said,
did you find? What age did you realize that your mother had a mental health issue? What age did you
uh,
realize?
I say maybe 16, 17.
Wow.
I realized it because my moms would take me all over the 5 boroughs saying someone was coming after us. I'm like, who's coming?
Okay.
So it was a lot on me, and a lot of people, they say, well, they say, you don't play a lot, you serious a lot, and I'm like, I had to be serious because I didn't know what life had.
Yeah.
It's one thing to run around, smoke weed, hang out with girls, get drunk, maybe, you know, if I got lucky, play my cards right, go home or do something with a female. But it's another thing to deal with reality of something, and I had to realize that, like I can't be the same way I want to be, but I have to change. I got to be wiser, smarter. Because how can I grow if I'm going to be stupid my whole life? And one thing with me, I realized that I had, but I didn't realize how much I had it. I had a lot of favor, a lot of
Yeah.
favor.
Sure do.
I had favor, and I never realized how much God gave it to me. I never realized it. I kid you not. Just stuff I did that cost money to do, I did for free. Even when my son was born and I was 18, I was doing stuff with him that people had to pay for. It's like I didn't understand it. So for me, I took it as, you know what, I ain't working. I can make money in Coney Island, but like I said, I had help. My mom, she was there in and out the hospital, but she was there. I had people. I have some good friends in my life. God put there who are still there now, and they did help. A lot of people did. They saw that I raised my son, and my son was always with me.
I
I
didn't
never
even
let
know
my
to today that you had a son. You know that. When we were talking today,
well,
I didn't know that.
yeah, like my son was always with me. I never left him with no one or anybody.
Good for
Just
you.
I could not do that. He wouldn't stay anyway. If I ain't say it was okay, he's wilding out. He's in flip mode, easy. So like I'm not mad because to this day, sometimes I feel like even with my son in the situation that his mom's put me in. I feel like it was a blessing. It hurted, but it was a blessing. So, like part of my journey, to be a better person was more of just learning from my mistakes, being around people who took advantage of me, hurt me, used me, then knowing God had my back, then me getting older, wiser. I had a son, so being stupid is not an option. Going to jail ain't an option. But I gotta raise my son. I gotta work. I wasn't. I always had intelligence. I wasn't dumb.
Yeah. That you are not, brother. That you are not. And I commend you because you have an awesome, awesome testimony. And very from the beginning that I met you, you just have this whole warm energy about you. Now I understand you have a lot of kindness inside of you. And I'm glad that you haven't changed that. In spite of everything that's happened, every time I've talked to you, you've always had kindness for other people. So,
I have kindness, yeah.
yeah,
It's just I have to be serious too sometimes, and that's came from a lot of the hurt. So I
yeah,
don't know what people may want to do. They try to
yeah,
hurt me, and I may have to fight.
yeah.
So it's always been a fight in my life, fighting. If I ain't throwing hands, it's arguing or protecting myself against people. Someone talking about me. And I had to realize I was like, there's got to be something about me. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be something about me. Because, like, as I got older, I started to see that, like, why so much? Why this? Why that? You know, like, in my mind, I'm a nobody. I'm a regular, simple person. That's just how I'm looking at it. I'm no different than anyone else.
I don't think
But,
so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I
but,
think we are all individually and uniquely made. Now you got to always know that Satan got a job to do, right?
oh,
And
oh,
he
yes.
got a job to do, and he's on his job 24/7. Let's not forget that.
Oh,
So
no, I
whenever
know
he's
that.
coming for you is when you on the right path to doing what it is that God wants you to do. He's coming for you. He doesn't bother with people doing the wrong things. He already got you. He only coming after the ones who's trying to get it together, trying to stay on the right track, trying to
Yeah,
stay focused. That's when he's coming for you. So you just got to be already suited up. You got to put on all your
yeah,
armor. You got to wear your armor. You know the armor.
exactly.
You were
Yeah,
you were born into a family that taught you about the armor. So you got to make sure you get suited up. When if
yeah,
people hurt your arm, you
exactly.
got to make sure you put on your breastplate, right?
Yeah, and that's what I did. But see, I see at the time though, I didn't know though. See, it always go back to I didn't
You
know.
didn't know.
I
Okay.
didn't know.
And now
I
you know.
did not know.
Now
So
you
for
know.
me, it was more like God was covering me. It was like so many times.
Yeah.
It's like I can sit here and count on my fingers,
Yeah.
like count on my fingers. Like I remember I went out to Club Speed. I don't know if you remember. I know you. Well,
I
it
remember
was
Club
around. It was around, but if you wasn't there, then cool, you ain't missed nothing. But
Street.
I went to Club Speed. If any old school people on here know about Speed, just put a thumbs
Anybody
up.
watching No Speed? Put it in the
It's a
comment
Club
section.
Speed. If you know about Club
Anybody
Speed,
watching No Club
just
Speed?
put a thumbs up. That's it. Don't put nothing else. Just a thumbs up. So Club Speed at the time was the popping club. The whole hood went there, all five boroughs. And
Okay.
at one time, I went there and I'm walking. I don't know. I probably could have been dead if the guy never said nothing. He pulled out a knife, flick. He said, "You with him?" I said, "No." He pulled out a knife, and he was like, "Okay." It kept it moving. See, and I said to myself, I was like, what was that about? Like, and my friends I was with was way up the block, so they had no clue. No clue now. So if he ain't say nothing, I probably could have got stabbed,
Yeah.
could have, something. But it was by the blessings of God, and I said, wow, then, wrong friends in my life. So for me, it was like I have friends, and God's so wonderful and so good. The people around you that's bad, God will give you insight into them.
Yes, it's discernment,
And
darling. It's discernment. He
and
gives you the
and
gift of discernment.
and what it was is I realized that a friend of mine, former acquaintance, was trying to set me up every step of the way.
Wow.
But I was smart because I know me. I ain't a troublemaker. I like to make peace. That's just me. I'm approachable.
Yeah.
I can say
You
that. My
definitely
friend,
are. You
my
definitely are.
friend, my friend at the time, we was running around doing street team work for all these different record labels, and it was more like doing work, doing this, but I didn't realize he was setting me up for a lot of downfall too. I found out a lot of stuff, things, this, like, and when I found out, I really found out that
That's
I, I
sad.
really found I really found out who he was when I went to jail. We
Wow.
went to jail, and they tried to flip on
Wow.
me, and they tried to get me, and get this now. See, I literally prayed. Like I said, okay, I'm in here. I have no records. My first offense, other than smoking weed. That's it. There's nothing. So now I'm saying to myself, okay, the lawyer comes to me, and obviously she ate with the judge. You can tell. You can tell the way she came to me. She came to me the first time. She said 5 years.
For
First
no, for a
offense.
first time offense, no, what was it? What was the charge?
He just beat up a gang member. He wasn't yet that gang member. He started with my friend that was listening to headphones. Had no clue what was going on around him, and started with him. Me and his former acquaintance, we saw that. Don't mind me, I got bugs around me. I'm in the hood, so don't mind me. They flying all near me, literally. So forgive me if I'm just making sure they ain't flying up my nostrils or nothing. Okay, forgive me.
You
Um,
don't have to apologize.
so like we get over there, I literally try to peacemake. Brother, let it go, man. Take your girl, walk away. He ain't want to do that. He ain't want to do it. My friend started the fight. He reacted. He came at me. I reacted. My other friend reacted. So we beat him up. And that night he did get stabbed, but it wasn't life threatening where he got hit at, where he got stabbed at. So it was more like, okay, when they took us to jail, that's when I realized they tried to flip it on me. So they came at me with 5 years. I walked away. Came at me, 6-5 split, walked away. And if you don't know what a 6-5 split is, 6-5 split is 6 years, 5 years probation. The state will literally own you. Don't matter if you do 6 years, you still got 5 years probation. So that's 11 years altogether. And I walked away. Finally, she came back with something that I can take, that I was able to get out that day. She said 3 years probation, you get out today. The sadness in her voice, it just sadness. It was sad because she was trying to
Then a black man
uh
in jail.
yeah, she was going for something. Whatever she was, it ain't work. So when I found out he wasn't my friend, then after that he tried to get me locked up, start fights with me, and I said, I see what you're planning. You're trying to get me go back to jail while I'm on probation because you don't want me out. But it ain't worked that way. God would have his hand on me then. So like for me, it's more about like it's just basically God always been there, and I never let God know I didn't love him. I always prayed to him, even when I was out there smoking weed, running around, sleeping with all these women. I still prayed to God. So it's not like I never had a relationship with him.
Yeah.
No, I was just doing worldly stuff, but God was covering me.
Amen.
So it's like
Amen.
I had to say to myself, you know, no, my son, all this, that, and I said, you know what, I got to do better. So I say like 2015 maybe, after separating from people in the hood, people around me that meant me no good, just separating, God separating me, removing me from among them. And it says that in the Bible. Remove yourself from among them. Something like that. I'm saying it wrong, I know I am, but it's something
It's
like
okay.
that.
It's okay.
But but it's something like that. And I'm saying to myself, I'm changing my scenery, my surrounding, the people around me. But basically, they meant me no good. They all try to harm me, hurt me. Find myself getting mad and upset. That's why that song that I did, God Made Me a King,
Uh-huh.
that was personal because see, the part where I said sometimes I had to fight, sometimes I got mad, I didn't realize I was in the wrong place.
Mm.
God was telling me to seek his face, and I could get you out this mess with grace. Give me a crown. He was holding me down because I was in the wrong place many times. And I tell people, like, I got lucky. I don't care. When I sold drugs, cops ran up on me 3 times, and I had drugs on me. I supposed to have a felony. They didn't find it, and it was right in my shoe. All you had to do was go a little bit further.
Oh God.
3 times. Yeah.
Boy, he had
I,
you covered. You were covered. You were covered.
yeah.
Let's talk, Gabe, if we can, a little bit about your music. I want to talk about your song with Curtis Blow. And MC Heaven is in the room with us tonight. I just see her. She joined
Yeah,
us
I see
tonight.
heaven. I see heaven. I definitely see heaven.
Mm-hmm.
For me, for me, music was my escape. It always was. And I realized, I said, I know how to rap, and I made a conscious choice. I said to myself, I could do it for Jesus or I could do it for the world. And I said, I'd rather do it for God.
There you go.
Because for me, doing it for God is better. And I'm realizing God always been the reason I ain't die yet. Purpose, whatever it is I have to do, whatever I gotta be, whatever it is God is calling me to do, he's been keeping me. That's when I say I'm gonna do it for God. So it was just more like getting back my roots, practicing rapping, and I say 2015 I had picked it up again. So and I did good. And my boy Evan, he had a show. I'm trying to think of the event. It was for the event with the two families that happened back in 2015. The shooting or something. I can't even think of it right now. But whatever happened with them, they did something at Davies Church for it. So whatever. And the show was great. I wish I could have recorded it, but it's what it is.
How did you meet Curtis Blow? How did you come across
I
Curtis?
performed. I performed in front of him last year before the pandemic went real viral.
Okay.
so, so I got lucky. He was in the hip hop church. And I was like, oh wow, Curtis Blow is here. Like, yeah, I know about Curtis Blow. So, for me, it was an honor. When I spoke with
Wait,
him, he
what's the
said,
hip hop? What's the hip hop church?
gospel. It's a hip hop church. It's on 147th Street. I got the address. I can send it to you. So what it was is my boy Noah, the governor. Shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Noah. He's another dope MC. Dope MC. Yes, I got a song with him called "We the Last," and it's fire, definitely. So what it was is he supposed to have me perform in 2019, but no, it ain't happened.
Right. Okay.
So 2020 come. He called me in March. I ain't forget about you. Come. Did my 2 songs. Curtis Blow was there. It worked out well. Was dope. He performed. He said keep in contact. And I said no problem. I was still shocked he gave me the number. So I'm like, am I being catfish? Is this the real number? So, like I'm not going to act. Yeah, because like, come on now, it's a celebrity. Like, I'm like,
Oh,
you
now
really
I
giving
got
me?
his number. You got his number now. I got his number.
So it was like, all right, cool, no problem. And one day at work, I asked him, just talking to him, praying with him, and everything, because he was doing a lot. Can he bless me, with a verse? He was like, yeah. I sent him the song. He wrote a verse. I was like, what? It's like, like for me, this was like an honor because no one can take this away from me.
I know that's right.
So, but other than that, it's like it was a blessing. And I guess from there, um, I kept in contact. He's a blessed man of God,
Yes,
powerful.
he's such a nice person and so approachable
Yes,
and humble.
yes, yes. I tell people, even right now, my friend, he's too worldly. He knows I know him, and he'd be like, "Bro, I need you to get Curtis to get my girl a shot." I'm like, bro, I ain't doing that, bro. You ain't hurting me.
I know that's right.
I'm not,
I know that's right. So I want to ask you
but
one more question. I know I took up a lot of your time, and I thank
that's
you.
okay.
I
We could
thank you for
talk.
taking the
We
time
could
to
talk.
talk. I
We
love
could
it.
talk.
Good. I love
It's not
talking
an
to you.
issue here. We could talk.
If you had to say anything to your 10-year-old self, so let's say if you went back and you wanted to say anything to your 10-year-old self, what would you
It's
tell
good.
yourself at 10 years old? What would you say?
What would I tell myself at 10 years old?
Uh-huh.
I would tell myself to calm down, keep your temper good. Uh, your mom's, she has a problem. She's going to need you. You don't realize it. And you need to graduate school. And, I don't know, so much I would say to myself, man, if I could go back.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I would just say, prepare yourself for a life-changing event that you're not going to expect, but keep God first all the time.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is, and that's what I would have tell my younger self. Now, if you ask me to tell my teenager self, I definitely
That's a
would have
whole
been like,
nother show.
it's all good. Like I said, I got time, Serena. I got time.
Does
You
anyone
can't.
in the room, anyone who's like viewers, if you have any questions right now, you could put it into the comment section. If you have any questions, we can ask Gabe right now.
Yeah.
Anybody have
Ask
any
me.
questions? He's willing to answer a few questions.
Yeah.
So what's
Oh, like
what's
I,
next for you, Gabe? What's next? What's your next big project?
for me, I'm trying to work with you and get something going with the thing I have wrote many years ago, a play called what is it called? The Plan That God Made. I wrote that, and
Okay.
it's like a whole script, misspelled words and everything, but it's a whole script. Um, I want to write new music. I gotta put out 3 more songs. Then I'm gonna put out an album in September. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm putting out 3 more songs. The song that's coming out next is dedicated to my cousin father. He passed away on my son's birthday.
Oh wow.
So my son's birthday is December 5th. So no, December 12th. So on the 10th, he called me, said, "You're gonna be my bodyguard," drunk and everything. I said, "All right, no problem." Then he called me back.
I got a question for you. I have a question for you. How do you feel when you're on the mic? What's your strength to keep you going?
That's a good one. That's a good one, Heaven. That's a good one. My strength is Jesus, but also too, I realized that if I'm gonna do God's work, I need to be able to endure. And I know I need God, so God is my main strength. But also too, I know that I have love. I have people in heaven, like my grandfather, my grandmother. I got people in heaven who are proud of me, and also people who probably who seen something already, just never really seen it. So it's more of just trying to do things for God and let people find God through my music.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is, and he's my strength. Even now, like I tell people when I'm on that mic, I'm on that mic and I'm not rapping for myself. I'm not rapping just for y'all. I'm rapping to give God glory, to give him everything, to give him every last ounce of me.
Amen.
Cause I can't do it. I can't do it by myself. I can't. I'll tell you that in a minute. If you had to ask me a question and say, can you do it without God? I'll tell you no. In a heartbeat.
Can you freestyle now? Can you
Yeah, I
come
can
up with something?
freestyle.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I can freestyle. That's one of the first things as when I started rapping, I learned how to do. Cause I used to. I don't know if you recall listening to Hot 97 back then when Redman and all of them used to freestyle over the radio.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's what they did. So no
Okay,
problem having.
so
I'm
give us
glad. I'm
something.
glad.
So give us
All right.
something.
Wow. Okay. You want right on the spot. All
On
right.
the
I'm gonna do
spot.
it.
Boom.
I'm
Only
gonna do it.
gifted here on the Serrina Goodman Show live,
I'm gonna
y'all.
do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All right. Oh, God, give me something good to say. Was they watching me? All right. I put my thoughts where they need to be. Sometimes it's hard for me to see. I'm not sure what it is, but they will never be. I got my own things. I got my own story to change how to break the world like bricks with my own thing. I gotta stop what I'm doing to learn, so I get broken like a chain to be put together so I could burn. It's something different, something hard, I will agree. It's hard for me, but people won't ever see. They see the lights, the action, glimmer, trying to do things. Been going out since a teenager. I was doing things, never had permission, just doing things and making rain. Running around smoking weed, just trying to change things. My mind was lost. I didn't understand what it was. I had to deal with these things. I dealt with thugs, gang members, and all that. Girls who was real fat, skinny, who wanted to get it in. I said we could do that. It's all good. Now I learn more what's going on. Keep my eyes focused on the Lord, because I could get it on. Focus on Him. He's my strength to get me through my life. I could have been dead, and it's so true. It's something hard that I can't escape. I gotta deal with the real and deal with the fake. Sometimes it's hard to really bake, but I still bake in the kitchen with the apron on, knowing that it's real for real, because I can get it on. I gotta be there and be smart. I gotta be like Clark King had two identity. Something hard you couldn't really see. Y'all don't really want it with me. I gotta do things that y'all won't be. And if I gotta be God's soldier in these streets, I'm gonna be a soldier for real till the world do speak. Uh,
Woo!
it's alright.
That's what I'm
It's alright.
talking about, brother. That's what I'm
It's
talking
alright.
about. That everybody know. Listen, they gotta make sure they tune in every Wednesday at 8:30, because this is stuff that you just can't get anywhere else but live. Okay.
It's
Thank
alright.
you.
Like, it's okay. Like I
Beautiful.
said, I'm not complaining. You know, you can ask me questions. It's not a problem. Like I said, you know, I'm gonna answer it. So it's not a problem. You
All
know what
right,
I'm
so we're
saying?
gonna we're gonna take one more question. If anybody else has a question, we'll take another question. That was fantastic. Everybody said awesome. God bless you.
Uh,
Thank you. That is
hey, I'm
powerful.
doing what.
I do want to say to you, I'm going to say to you that we got a whole bunch of angels up there that we need to put them to work. So we don't call on the angels that's up there often enough, but they are there for us. They are there for us.
Yeah.
All we have to do is ask for them. That's it. We just have to ask for them, and they're there for us. And you got a lot of people that's here on earth here that, you know, is in your corner too. And I'm one of those, brother. And a lot of
No,
the people that's on here, they're in your corner, and we're rooting for you. And we
no,
know
I
that you're doing
appreciate it.
fantastic. Yeah, you're doing fantastic work. Keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah, that's I do that all the time. Even I can admit here, talking to you, that some days I can forget to pray, and it's not because I do it purposely. It's just my mood sometimes. So I'm not perfect. I get upset. I get mad. You know, I make mistakes. You know, but I God knows my heart so much that He knows that I ain't doing stuff purposely, which
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just, you know, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my life, and when you grew up so rough, but trying to make your life sweet and relaxing, and dealing with so much hate at a young age at the same time, and
Yeah.
a lot of confusion with things, your family. It's sort of hard to separate. And when you're a teenager, you can't just process that. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
A
You know,
lot.
it's a lot. You know, like for me, I'm grateful that somehow or another God gave me some type of strength when my
Yeah.
mom was in and out the hospital. Rent
Wow.
was paid, roof over the head. Thank God for my grandfather. Yes, I gotta say that. Thank God for Reverend John Cleveland Wright. Thank God for him.
Amen.
Because he asked me a question before, and this question stuck with me to this day, still to this day. So I used to always ask him for a piece of money. I did. So he was like, yeah. So he asked me a serious question because what I'm about to say next, I'm not saying be funny about nothing about one. I ain't saying this to down no one. So I have a youngest uncle. His name is Nolan, and he's a child of God. Same time, he has so many demons in his heart, his mind. He blames himself for my grandfather's death. He was
Wow.
running with the streets, and it was different. For him, he was cool with it. Me, I wasn't. I was the one was fighting him. He was cool. They wouldn't bother him. They would bother me. So it was different, and he always felt like my grandfather passing was his fault, but it wasn't. Thing is, with him, he was difficult, very difficult, and his mom's, no, my grandma, his mother, who named me Gabriel, um, she had some issues with drugs. You know, I'm not gonna go too deep with that,
Okay. You don't have
but
to.
so it's like it was hard and difficult for him, and his way of life was escaping through the streets.
Okay.
So it was more like for him it was easy, for me it was hard, and I found myself um, just trying to figure out how things is working. And I realized that my family growing up, it was different. We wasn't divided, but just different in a lot of sense. He needed help, and my grandfather knew he needed help. My grandfather knew for some reason he knew I could make it. He knew that. I don't know what he saw, but he knew. He had discernment. He knew. It was like he's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It's my youngest uncle.
Okay.
And so it's like he asked me one day sitting in his car. He said, "What you gonna do when I'm gone?"
Wow.
Yeah, that was a deep question. I could not answer for nothing. Could not answer. But after a while, I realized, if he's gone, I gotta keep living, and I
Yeah.
gotta work. I gotta take care. So I just, I thank my grandfather for giving me tools to help me. So I feel blessed that I had people there because I didn't have my father.
Oh,
So I could have went anyway. God knows how many people so-called try to mentor me, 5%ers. And I'm like, no. Even some people, some good friends who was Muslim, but I was like, that's not me. No disrespect. Even the atheist and little atheist and Jehovah Witness. I'm just like, you
yeah.
know. So for me, I'm just happy that I had a strong foundation in God.
Amen.
I'm happy for that. So yeah,
So where
I'm
can
blessed.
anyone go, Gabe? They want to listen to your music. Where would everyone go to hear some of your music? If they
Uh, where they could go on all platforms.
okay,
I'm I'm learning a few things I didn't do that I have to do, and I'm doing it slowly. And
okay,
I need a laptop, so I gotta find a laptop that I can use so I can do my music without using my phone because I have no computer or laptop, but I
okay,
still do. But you can go to all platforms, put in Gospel Gabe, and and you'll see my songs pop up. Definitely, for me, it's a blessing to put songs out because I never thought I'd see myself putting songs out. So
Look at that.
I'm happy. I'm happy to
And
do
we're happy
something.
too. And they can follow you on Instagram. They can
Yeah,
also see you when you come back on the lunchtime lift on that
yeah.
webinar. Yeah. So they'll
Well,
see you
yep.
on that. Okay.
I gotta perform too on the 12th in North Bergen at a church event, and it's this Saturday. So I gotta perform. I gotta go out there, and with Easy Living Shelter, it's a suicide awareness event, July
Awesome.
24th. So me and Heaven, we're going to be performing together.
So are you
We
gonna
got
put?
so
Are you? Where am I gonna get that information? You gonna send it out to us, or you
yes,
gonna
on
give us
my
the link?
it's actually on the easy living shelter page on Facebook. You can put it in,
Are
and
you guys gonna make a post? I guess
yeah,
you can make a
yeah.
post. Yeah. All right. So Heaven
Well,
will
what is
keep me
it?
posted. I know you're not gonna keep me posted, but Heaven will keep me on time. I already know. I'm not even gonna ask, dude, because I already know. You're gonna be like, I already know.
Nah,
See,
no,
someone
no.
said we're in North Bergen, so they want to know. They want to know. So you
Uh,
guys gonna have to post it on Facebook and
uh,
on Instagram.
yeah.
I want you guys to follow Gospel Gabe. You're following me, so I want you to follow Gospel Gabe, and then I want you, Gabe, even on your phone, and for Heaven, help him out to put the post on Instagram and put it on Facebook,
Uh,
so we can come out and show our support, right?
well, I know this much. I gotta get up early for North Bergen, and I'm gonna do that. On Nancy Ann 1231. I'm I will get back to you. The lady called me today, right? She said, "Listen, I've been busy, whatever." She hit me up days ago, but she was busy, and I understand. She said, I got you with an address for the church, and she gonna take us there." And I said, "No problem." So I will get that to you. But if anyone, I stress this part for anyone, if you know anyone who ever committed to try and committed suicide and failed, come out to Soundview Park, July 24th. Uh, it's for anyone that wants to be part of an event that shining light on people who had demons,
Suicidal
suicidal
ideations.
thoughts,
Yeah,
been through some type of anything that made them felt like I had to end my life.
yeah,
And you alive and you felt, that means God had you.
yeah.
He wanted you there. He
That's
wanted
right.
you to live. He wanted you
Exactly.
to live.
That's
Your
right.
life means more to God than you know it. And you
Amen.
felt miserably, even after you drunk bleach, took pills, you
Wow.
took that, this, that. And God said, God told the body you will not die. And you're
Amen.
alive right now.
Amen.
So, so come out if you can, support. Uh, like I said, I
Just
don't
be
mind.
present. Just be present. Just be present. Your
Yeah,
presence is everything.
they're supposed to have food and stuff like that. You're even going to have a Grammy nominated person there performing,
Oh,
which, yeah, so
I
that's
thought that
cool.
was
And
you. I thought that was you. I'm gonna put it out there in the universe. I'm gonna throw it out.
I,
And listen, and while you at it, you can do a GoFundMe page for that laptop. Cause I think we could come up with some money for a laptop so you don't have to be walking around doing it all on your phone. Amen. So when you're
I
gonna
would
do a
love to.
GoFundMe for that laptop, send me the link when you do it. I got you. Okay?
Well, like I said, like I said, I know what I have to do. I filled out for a Section 8. I got a good job by the grace of God. No GED needed to get $22 an hour. So I'm blessed to get that. Um, I want to do better. I want to
You
leave
will
the
do better.
projects.
You
I
will do
want to
better.
get. I want to leave the projects.
You will
I
do
love the
something.
projects. It helps out. Yes, it does. But I want to leave it. This can't be the final.
Destination. Yeah.
Cannot. It just can't.
It's not going
I,
to be. It's
so,
not going
you
to
know,
be.
so definitely. So at the end of the day, I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate y'all. My homegirl on here, my homeboy wife up on here, Ragsdale. That's my homeboy's wife. She's a sweetheart. She knows how to cook. For Father's Day, she cooked this meal for her husband, which was phenomenal. It was a veggie pasta something. It was dope. But then yeah, you know
Well,
I
Father's Day
appreciate
is
y'all.
about to come around again, so we're gonna say Happy Father's Day to any of our fathers in the room tonight, and to you, Gospel Gay, and to everybody who tuned in. Gay, thank you so much for being on the
Yeah,
Serena Goodman Show live. Everybody, thank you for hanging in there with us tonight. Join me again next Wednesday at 8:30, and we're gonna have another. I don't know if I could top you, but we'll have another great guest
you
next
will, you
next
will,
Wednesday at
you
8:30.
will, you
All right,
will.
brother. Take
You
good care
Serena
of yourself.
Goodman. You Serena Goodman. You want to have someone. I ain't worried about that. Trust me, you ain't make it this far, this long, just
Oh,
being
baby.
wishy
And I'm not
washy.
even halfway there yet.
You will,
Listen,
trust me. I'm
thank
glad
you.
you had me on here. So thank you for
Thank you.
having me. You know, I really appreciate it.
I
I
appreciate you.
really do.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I want everyone to look out for my new podcast, The Business of Marriage. We're actually going to be going out into the streets now. So not only is it a podcast, but we're going live in different locations. And then we're going to do a 3-city tour. I think it'll probably be like Philly, Baltimore, Washington. So look out for The Business of Marriage. You can find that on YouTube.
Hey, good. I would love to be part of that.
All
Just to
right.
perform or something. I
Listen.
don't know. I take me out of New York for a little bit. I
I
don't
got
mind.
you. I got you. I got you.
Don't
All right,
mind.
guys. Good night. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 8:30. God willing. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all. Blessings. All right. Thank you.